All right, looks like we are back. Just waiting for things to get started and for both parties to be ready.
And now this is the moment why I'm starting to wonder why I'm hearing my even voice when I'm speaking. Okay, my mistake. So what is what? What is that? Okay. So looks like we are ready to start on a bit. So sorry guys for this little interruption. The restaurant was having some net issues, but hopefully everything is gonna be fine up to this point. I hope that this little moment went a good time for both of our runners to take a little break and see if, also we're gonna see on a bit if Xeroxfiend is gonna keep on the winners bracket, or if we're gonna have a third round of this night. So what do you think, people? What do you think is gonna happen? We're gonna see a third round, or SuperSonic will wait for probably his last opportunity on the losers bracket. That's gonna be something that we're gonna see on a bit. Any thoughts about this second round, RP? What do you think that is gonna happen?
One thing worth mentioning, I think, is that Xeroxfiend's been practicing in Warpless in and out, but almost nonstop for about a few weeks or a month now. So he is practiced up, ready to go. Looks like we're starting here.
Yeah, we have to start. Pretty straight start for both of the runners.
We're just about
Having
double
it looks
380.
like SuperSonic has a little difference for like one frame rule, probably.
They both should be the optimal frame rule here, so we should be exactly tied going into 1-2.
Okay, now SuperSonic went for the mushroom starting 1-2. Probably he's gonna try to move a bit safely, since he got a dead on 1-2 and also he has lost his first power up. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Right, and yeah, well, that Xerox appears to be ahead, but they did take different mushroom routes, so we'll kind of have to see at the end of 1-3 who's actually ahead here. Ooh, and Xerox's timer did restart. I think you can pretty much safely assume that Supersonic's time is also Xerox's time. So,
No, I don't think that the timer had restarted. Probably it was a bad cropping or something like that.
and Supersonic is in the lead by probably about 1 second. See who gets small fire glitch. I would assume they both would. They're both pretty good at it.
Yes, Xeroxfiend
And
timer
Xerox.
is not correctly cropped, and both of the runners now up to this point went for the small fire Mario glitch. It did restart? Okay, that's something weird. No, it's bad cropped. I have checked the Xeroxfiend stream and it's not correctly cropped. He hasn't restarted his timer.
There we go. We're good with the timer again here. All right, Supersonic has a small lead, but still at this point, he is in the lead.
Check Discord. Okay, looks like now the timer's correctly cropped up to this point. And
Two good finishes there.
Now it's time to go to 2-2. Looks like both of the runners are synced up to this point. Well, Supersonic has a lead for 2 seconds, so this is gonna be something interesting to watch.
They're perfectly synced. That's good.
Are you watching the Cortex stream, or are you watching the Twitch one?
The mixer stream.
Okay. I thought for a moment that you wasn't synced in some comments, so well, maybe I'm a little dumb on this night, maybe I'm sleepy, I don't know. Also, looks like we don't have game audio. I don't know if one of the streamers can fix that. Okay, here we go. Game mode is back.
Alright, so far we have Xerox having to take it a little bit safe there, but it looks like they're both going to avoid that 6. I imagine SuperSonic gets a perfect swim, and Xeroxfiend is 1 second off on the swim. So that's going to slightly increase the lead SuperSonic has, but again, 1 or 2 seconds really overshadowed by a lot more things to come. Swag cheap kill by both of them now. Because they're small Mario, they can fire above themselves because of the glitch, and which allows them to kill the cheeps. You just saw both of them do that. See if they do it anymore. I don't think they're going to be able to. They do it at least once. Same finish time for both of them. Like 3 or 4 seconds difference going into 2-4. SuperSonic has absolutely incredible Bowser kills. You just saw one of them there. Phenomenal kill by SuperSonic and an excellent kill by Xerox as well.
Definitely this has been a good start for both of our runners, and now SuperSonic has like 3.5 seconds leading up to this point. This has been something good for him since Xeroxfiend has moved a bit safely on previous stages, mostly on 2-2, trying to avoid the bloopers, and maybe this can be the SuperSonic opportunity to tie and watch this third match on this night.
Yep, SuperSonic's still in the lead by 2 seconds or so, but I will say this, with the small fire, SuperSonic has the second best small fire run. First would be Goofy Chocobo, but his Bowser kills are unsurpassed. He's incredible at Bowser kills. You saw SuperSonic do a technique that Goofy taught me, at least. I assume he taught him SuperSonic as well, but it's you use music cues to fire 3 fireballs and it despawns the last Koopas in 3-2, which makes it easier to jump from the stairs there. Still, almost no mistakes from either runner.
No big ones, just some little safe movements that make that some people lose some time, but up to this point this has been something pretty strict. Pretty good, I should say, between both of the runners.
Yeah, I believe Xeroxfiend is still on PB pace if he were to gold the rest of the run.
No, it's not on a huge PB pace. He has some time comparing this with his PB, but at the same time, skipping being something good. Probably more later in the round we're gonna see a good PB pace for him. So imagine if he can PB on this tournament, that should be something amazing. And while both of the runners are doing so pretty well on 3-4, I should say that
Lakitu kill from SuperSonic there. That's not the way I've usually seen Lakitu killed, but he got it done nonetheless.
Lakitu kill? Oh yes, Lakitu was the fake Bowser on World 3, isn't he? Isn't it?
I don't
forgot that.
Yeah, I don't know the order of those.
Okay, let me fix something here that I'm watching because I cannot see anything correctly. It looks like my internet's trolling me. Okay, my internet was trolling me. I was designing, sorry guys. I don't know what I was saying, but forget it. Now it's time to focus in 4-2 and let's see if the bottom runners go on the bottom of the stage again. Okay, SuperSonic is going through the bottom of the stage, avoiding the roof, and Xerox also go for it. This was pretty interesting. Definitely this was the first match while the bottom runners went for the bottom of the stage. Something pretty uncommon, but for the skill level that both of the runners has, I don't think that this was a big problem from both of them.
Xerox gets a little bit of a stair boss there.
And also he got a firework. Now 4-3 is one of that stages with the platform that we need to keep not so safe at the same time, but you shouldn't want to take some risks, mostly when you're not used to this kind of stages. And both of the runners got a 261, meaning that both of the runners got a firework. So
And actually, one firework doesn't matter. So slowing down there wouldn't have benefited them at all.
Now we have our first maze, which is 4-4. SuperSonic is doing pretty well. Everything here looks like Xeroxfiend is also healing during this run. Nice Bowser kill, and okay, it took a little amount of time to Xeroxfiend, but looks like
look at 347, 348 is a pretty good time. 347 is a little bit slower for both of them, but pretty good time. So both of them almost mistake free still.
And also looks like there's a 4 seconds window between both of the runners. So if SuperSonic makes a huge mistake, or well, Xeroxfiend can manage some good movements, this is gonna put Xeroxfiend on the lead on the second match. So up to this point, probably I can say that we're gonna see a third match.
Xerox made me... Aaron got close to that piranha, but got through it.
And also, in some stages, both of the runners are having the same in-game time, which is something also pretty marvelous to mention. Yeah, both of them got a 247 on this 5-1.
.345, both of them. So they're just SuperSonic's holding his 2-second lead pretty much. Well, I guess it's grown to about now, something like that. A little bit of a tough bullet pattern there for SuperSonic, but he gets through it. And SuperSonic takes his first death.
Okay, definitely this is not something good up to this point, putting again Xeroxfiend on the leading, so we're gonna see if SuperSonic can manage to reach him later. But definitely up to this point, also I can say that 5-3 wasn't a good stage for SuperSonic. He was so drawn on the first run, and the second one has lost his first life, and with it he has lost a small fire opportunity. Well, the small fire glitch.
Alright, so Xerox is ahead by, I would guess, about that, but maybe even more importantly is that he has his power-ups already. Oh, and SuperSonic setting up the glitch again.
Okay, maybe I think that SuperSonic hasn't went for the glitch for the second time in the first round since he has lost a huge amount of time. But since we got just a little... Well, he just got one death, I don't think that was something that he doesn't want to go for it.
6-1 in my mind is one of the best places to pick backup power-ups, so setting it up there in 5-4 seems like a pretty good idea. 6-1 extremely easy and fast to get those power-ups back. And he's back in business with small fire. Oh, Xeroxfiend firing a little bit too high, misses the piranha, and he will lose small fire. Now he's big and vulnerable, so even though he looks big, he only has... he cannot take a hit. If he takes a hit right now, he will die, so...
Time to play very carefully. And okay, that was something really unfortunate at the end of 6-2, meaning that the 20 seconds difference that Xeroxfiend got has went so far away. So it looks like SuperSonic is gonna have his comeback up to this point, having a 342 on the second respawn on this stage.
Alright, 3 fireworks, but not that big of a deal at this point. That power up back for Xerox. Oh,
okay, that was something,
really
so close to that, and now SuperSonic is 8 seconds ahead that Xeroxfiend, which means that everything again can happen and can make that Xerox can get again his lead, and we got one firework for Supersonic.
Xerox did go past a power up, but that's a particularly hard power up to get. So he and they're
He just decides to avoid it.
Extremely hard. Well, I guess it's not hard actually. So we'll see if he'll go for that power up in 6-4. I doubt it, but we'll see. He does not.
He hasn't won for the power up. And Supersonic went for the faster killing method on 6-4. Pretty risky since now Bowser throws hammers, but...
Oh, ouch! Xerox expecting Bowser to jump, and he did not jump in time.
Looks like now Supersonic is gonna have one... Okay, another death for Xerox. This is something pretty bad. Now he needs to deal with one life on 6-4.
Well, if Xerox makes it past this level, he's almost undoubtedly going to kill himself in 7-1 to take the game over and refresh his lives. So he does need to make it past this level. I imagine he'll take Bowser pretty safe here. It's a bad Bowser pattern, but he makes it through. He kill himself here to take a game over and reset. I also bet... Well, I don't know. We'll see if he'll go try and power up in 7-1, or if he's just going to try and go small at this point from the rest of the round. I wouldn't be surprised either way.
We got here the intentional death, so now while Xeroxfiend uses the continue code, he's gonna have again 3 extra lives to start Volt 7. While Supersonic... Okay, he went for the power up, so now Sonic has one stage of difference between Xeroxfiend, and definitely this is looking like we're gonna have the round 3 on this night. And well, besides of this, RP, let's imagine that you win your match versus GTA. Who would you like to confront, Supersonic or Xeroxfiend?
Both great runners. Xerox and I have been we actually all of the older runners kind of have a camaraderie, so I'd like to run either one of them, but Xerox and I are, and Tecate actually kind of have a... It'd be a lot of fun to race against Xeroxfiend, that would be great. But either one of them would be I'd like to race against.
That was something nice to hear, dude, so we hope that also you can get a very good luck on your match versus GTA, and let's see what happens after that. But for now, we need to keep focusing on this match, watching that Xeroxfiend is having a pretty tough cycles with the bloopers.
He was just approached by an army of bloopers, a scary army.
Hopefully he was able to beat that part, but at the same time, that blooper army makes him waste a huge amount of time.
Ooh, bad blooper too. So now... he's being chased.
Okay, definitely bloopers was troll with Xeroxfiend, or maybe Supersonic paid to them in order to make that Xeroxfiend lose more time on this second match. That's something that we don't know, and probably we are not gonna never know. So while Supersonic has to start 8-1 with the small fire Mario glitch, looks like everything is gonna be fine for him, unless something really bad happened, or Let's Go Save by Curse affects him up to this point. And yeah, that 7-2 was so terrifying. But we are glad that Xerox has managed to deal with it, which was something amazing.
Xeroxfiend, or Supersonic rather, would have to make a pretty big mistake here. But if he makes one mistake near the end of a level, we're back to even. So it is still not game over yet.
And that's probably the most hardest part of World 8, because like the castles, there's no checkpoint flag on these stages. Meaning that if you die, no matter which one of the stage is, you're gonna start from the start of the stage. So if Supersonic managed to don't die, everything is gonna be fine. He decided to don't go for the bullet bill glitch up to this point, and we're gonna see 8-3 with him, while Xeroxfiend is starting 8-1 with the regular big Fire Mario.
And Supersonic is going into 8-3 with fire, which makes 8-3 substantially easier, so he should be able to get through this unscathed.
And now, guys, it's time to ask: does both of the runners are gonna have a sub 20 on this round? Or what do you think, Derby? After watching this, I don't know how to say, something like terrifying or something like that, but I was kind of nervous about what was happening with the Hammer Brothers and Dash with Sonic.
Peaking at Xeroxfiend's best possible time on his splits. It looks like his best possible time at this point is a 21:30. So that's what Xeroxfiend's shooting for now. SuperSonic looks like he can still get a sub 20 though.
Well, let's see if this is the SuperSonic's time, but definitely I can say that this second match was so very close, and also SuperSonic got the wall jump on the pipe of 8-4. Now he went for the wrong warp, and now we're gonna see if he can deal with any kind of big problem with this underwater section.
With the death.
Xerox died at the start. So now he was put on the start of 8-2, and he needs to deal with everything again.
We've reversed positions this match.
We've got a 1948 bar Sonic. He has lost his power up finishing 8-4, but that was fine since that was the last stage, and again Xeroxfiend has died on 8-2 and he's not moving. Probably he's gonna forfeit, and we're gonna be moved to the third round. So the blessing of everybody was heard, and okay, never mind. Well, was heard, and we're gonna see the third match on this night. So I don't know if Xeroxfiend is gonna restart 8-1. Okay, looks like he's gonna forfeit this second match, and now it's time to get serious, boys. We're gonna see who's gonna keep on the winners bracket and who is gonna be moved to the losers ones. And also for all the people who is watching the stream right now, we need to remember to you guys that we're gonna have more matches at the long of this week. And
yeah, I will say that my Darby and GT Ace's match will be this Friday at, remember what time it is? Is it 7?
I don't know.
Say 6 p.m. Central. GTAs can correct me on that. This Friday, GTAs and I will race 3 rounds, same as this.
And I'm gonna race Tecate also on Thursday on 9 p.m. Pacific time. I need to do the conversion because I haven't submitted it. And well, I think that we are ready. I don't know, for the third match of this night. We're gonna wait and we're gonna see what happens on a bit. But
so 4 p.m. Central is our race. 4 p.m. on Friday is GTAs and Darby.
Okay, now we have to schedule matches for this week, so this is gonna be something interesting. We're gonna have another winners bracket one, and we're gonna have a losers on Thursday. And yes, this is time for round 3 that has started already. Looks like SuperSonic went for the flagpole witch, finishing 1-1, but unfortunately he failed, and putting Xeroxfiend on a leading just for some frames.
Xeroxfiend ahead by 1 frame rule right now. Both of them losing the optimal rule. SuperSonic once again going for the different route with the mushrooms, and both of them going for the safe 2 strategy. Although SuperSonic's still taking the pipe jumps.
While Xeroxfiend has to lose them, so he needs to manage to go through some safer strats.
Oh, Xeroxfiend with a 6. He's not running that kind of a route with a different route. You're not used to avoiding fireworks in 1-2, and he managed to run into a 6.
For some reason, it looks like he was trying to avoid them, but unfortunately, he got 6 of them, giving more advantage to SuperSonic.
Going for that quick grab, couldn't quite get it.
A casual 260 with SuperSonic, while Xerox went for a 255 since I think in this stage he catch the mushroom. I haven't paid attention honestly. But finishing the first world, we're gonna see who is on the lead since some routes need to be taken.
They're pretty close.
This is definitely so short. Well, it's a pretty close World 1, and again, one of the runners went for the small fire Mario glitch, so looks like one of the GG team mods is gonna be happy to see that on these 3 rounds we have seen 6 small fire Marios. Now SuperSonic got the mushroom and the fly flower, and also Struxin have got it up to this point, and now both of the runners are on the glitch space. And this is something
2-1 so far.
Yeah, and also this is something pretty cool since you keep the small Mario hitbox, but at the same time you're still having the fire flower, meaning that you are on a OP mode. And this is the time to start with 2-2, the first of the 2 underwater stages in this game. Hopefully there are not so many bloopers, so I don't think that Xeroxfiend is gonna have problems here. The challenge is gonna start on 7-2.
Both been through this level countless times. It gets easier every time you do it.
Back it up. I can deal with 2-2, but 7-2 sometimes is a nightmare for me.
7-2 has quite a bit more bloopers, and the patterns can be a little bit more relentless. And both getting through with pretty good time. Xeroxfiend losing 1 frame rule over optimal, but SuperSonic keeping the optimal pace. We're going to still be just a few seconds off.
Some swag kills with the bloopers with Xerox.
Both of them having to jump a little bit light to avoid getting hit, but they both do make that avoid. Still a pretty clean race. Just the SuperSonic kill here, see if he goes for a fast kill.
Fast kill
And
with SuperSonic.
Elevator a little bit there. But still gets a 261. Xerox with the 259, so it should be an additional 2 frame rule separation. Sonic with that double Hammer Brother kill. And 2 more clean 3-1s. Exact same pace. Ending staircase can be a little bit tricky to learn, but once you get it, it's not that bad at all. You'll watch SuperSonic here make those 3 fireballs. It's to the cue of music near the end of the level, which will despawn the last 2 Koopas making the stair jump. Hear the music in my ears, but oh, he didn't do it. Well, never mind then.
Which one? The loud music?
You can fire 2 fireballs to kill 2 of the Goombas, and that despawns the last 2 Goombas, which gives you more room to make that stair jump.
Definitely SMB1 is an impressive title for the NES, talking about the first games that the console got.
3-3, but 3-3 is a pretty easy level. 3-4, they'll both go safe again because neither of them are fast enough to still be on the spreadsheet. We'll see them delaying at all 3 of the Potaboos. Delay. Oh, SuperSonic taking a hit. A way for Xeroxfiend to catch back up. Maybe even, almost undoubtedly, Xeroxfiend is ahead right now after SuperSonic picks up those power-ups. So we now have a switch where Xeroxfiend is in the lead, even though it doesn't look like it right now. You pause to pick up power-ups here, which will put Xerox probably in about a 6, 7, 8, 9 second lead, something like that.
I don't know. With the power-up, Xeroxfiend was having a 4 seconds behind SuperSonic, but now since SuperSonic needs to catch again his power-up, we're gonna see how many times does he have lost and
it's gonna be interesting.
Xerox is ahead.
In 4-2, ordinarily he would go bottom route. He might pick up the power-up here. We'll see what he does, or go top route. He can't really go bottom route without a power-up though. Imagine he'll pick up.
Well, he can, that's a point, but at the same time that's not something recommend, since with the fire you can take them everything a bit easily in some way, or a bit safer. But well, a lot of the runners are going through the bottom.
It's Xerox holding the lead there.
Now, for the street, another section with platforms.
It looks like about a 5 or 6 second SuperSonic bumped there. That'll cost him a frame roll. Or maybe not.
It's like a 3 seconds of difference between both of them.
I will say it doesn't look like their timer is completely synced up, so that's something to keep into consideration.
I'm trying to keep the track. Xeroxfiend has a start 4-4 with his timer on 9.2, while SuperSonic was starting it on 9.5, meaning that there's a 3 seconds of difference window between both of the runners. So now Xeroxfiend has beat a half of the game, and also SuperSonic, meaning that now the hardest parts, or well, the trickiest ones, are gonna start on a bit.
A beautiful kill from SuperSonic on 4-4 there.
Make your bet, guys, who's gonna win. It looks like on this night we have few people on Team Sonic and also a few people on Team Xerox. Looks like most of the people it's on Team Undecisive, as GTA said on the chat. And we have seen that no matter the difference in both of the PBs of both of the runners, Xeroxfiend was able to beat SuperSonic in the first round, having more than 20 seconds of difference on his PB, while SuperSonic won the second match thanks to less mistakes.
Yeah, and Xeroxfiend did take that beginning safe. I think he's taken it safe every time, and it's actually paid out because he got a bullet at least 2 of the times, so he did spare himself the damage from that bullet by taking the safe route. SuperSonic picked up 2 additional frame rolls here, which will slightly close the gap. Two and a half seconds, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
F3, which is the killer from SuperSonic, or at least has been in these races. Let's see what happens here. He did manage to spin the platform.
I don't know, man. I just really have to start to doubt about which runner is gonna win on this last round, since while one of the runners can have a very good pace and the other one can take a backup strat, but also some bad luck can happen to the one who is on the lead, making that guy loses his lead. So I don't know. This is gonna be interesting to see who's gonna win.
With the damage there, they both paused in the beginning of 5-4, which guarantees good bars, but did get past
No.
Bowser, but he's
No,
going to lose some time.
was able to deal with 5-4 even since he loses his power-ups, so starting 6-1, definitely he needs to catch the mushroom if he doesn't want to have problems.
Fortunately, 6-1, I said it before, but it is one of the easiest... Oh, I say that. It is one of the easiest levels to get power-ups in, so that's going to be a good thing for Xerox here. See a little bit of a neat grab here when Xerox gets fire. He's going to jump through that opening there, get some speed, jump through it, and get it from the back there. Neat pickup.
So we're gonna need to wait until the end of 6-2 to say, or well, to see which runner is on the lead, or maybe we need to wait until 6-4 since now Xerox went for the power up
like
on
about
6-1.
8 or 9 second advantage from SuperSonic, but both still have small fire and Betty's race. But this will be the final race. The winner of this will go on to the winner's bracket, and the loser will go on to the loser's bracket.
And this is gonna be also the moment for our boy Darby to see who is gonna confront, just in case that he wins or loses.
What is the expected time? Looking at Xerox's splits, it looks like the best possible time for Xerox anyway is 19:30 right now. Right now, they're both still on sub 20 pace. That would be without mistakes.
Gonna be something impressive if all of the runners can manage to get in. Really, that probably on a future.
Yeah, both runners take.
We are gonna
win. No, GTA's in the race with Darby and GTA's has the advantage. He is the higher seeded runner and has a better time, so he does have the advantage in our race.
But we're gonna see what happens later when the race happens, because as I've said before, everything can happen during a match. Just to put an example, some days ago on a Celeste tournament, while somebody was matching TGH, who was the world record holder, and TGH lost his world record in that match. Well, some hours later he got it back, but this is just something I want to say, that everything can happen on a tournament and on a race, depending on, no matter the PBs of both of the guys, everything can happen.
Yep, SuperSonic got the fastest frame roll you can get in 7-1, which means you need to slow down before the flag grab, so you can get the 2 at the end of the timer at the top of the grab, which he did do. World record is 1902 by Cosmic. That's using big strategies. The world record for small fire, which is not a real category, but the fastest small fire run is from Goofy Chocobo, and that is a 1911.
Now 7-2, let's see. Okay, it looks like no big trolling problem has happened to Xeroxfiend. Okay, I have to talk so soon. At the end of the stage, the bloopers trolled him, giving more advantage to SuperSonic.
6. Bad level for Xerox.
Definitely, in this match, I can say that 5-2 wasn't the stage for SuperSonic, and 7-2 wasn't the stage for Xerox.
Still a pretty good race for both runners. SuperSonic is in the lead.
Now 7-2, the second Maze Castle. Definitely, it looks like any of the runners got problems trying to beat these mazes. Like some days ago, where Takare, I think that he was, yes, Takare was the one who got out on 7-4.
Did it lots of
unfortunately.
times. There was another beautiful kill from SuperSonic. He really knows how to kill Bowser quickly.
And now it's time to start with 8-1 for Supersonic, while Xeroxfiend has finished 7-4, and now we're gonna see.
Although I will give Xerox props for that was a really nice kill by Xerox as well there. So 2 really good 7-4s from both runners.
And also a huge difference up to this point between both of them. So if Supersonic doesn't get any big mistakes during the rest of this run, he's gonna keep on the winners bracket. Otherwise, Xeroxfiend is gonna have another opportunity here on the winners one before being moved probably to the losers one.
Either way, though, neither of these people will be eliminated. They will move to the second bracket, so they can still, in fact, they can still win the entire. And there it is, Supersonic just taking a death right now. So Xerox is officially in the lead, actually by.
And now the Ghost Senpai curse affects
Almost
Supersonic.
tied.
But don't think victory up to this point. Everything can happen. Probably Supersonic can manage to get back. And at the same time,
3 is going to be a fairly large deciding factor here.
yes, up to this point, I don't have words to define what am I watching. Maybe Supersonic has finished first 8-2, but since he doesn't have the Fire Flower, this puts Xeroxfiend on the leading. Now Supersonic needs to catch the Fire Flower.
Wow, 2-second difference here. There's no way Supersonic's going to pick up that Fire Flower. Which gives Xerox, depending on randomness of the patterns, if Supersonic gets hit, that'll change it.
Okay, we hope that he doesn't get that. Mistakes and... okay, he got hit. That was something unfortunate up to this point. So let's see who of the runners wins, but... because on 8-4, definitely, well, you don't really need the power-ups, so this is gonna be a little window difference between both of the runners.
If Supersonic misses the wall jump and Xerox gets it, it will be neck and neck. So it's all about watch for the wall jump for Supersonic. Wall jump for Supersonic is everything at this point. He does get it, but so does Xerox, so we're still in this.
Okay, definitely this is the most cardiac moment of this match. We're gonna see who is gonna
that's true.
win this.
You made a good point. It's down to the Bowser, so we're gonna have to. Supersonic needs to jump through Bowser.
Oh no, dude! That hurt my feelings so hard, as you don't have any kind of idea. Supersonic was so close to get it, and he was thrown on the underwater section.
Oh, and upset by Xeroxfiend. He was the lower seeded person, but he has won this race.
He got a 1943, a GG for him. This was something really unfortunate for our boy Supersonic. That was an awful mistake. That was an awful death, and probably this was gonna be one of the most interesting endings for a match. But at the same time, we need to say that both of the runners has done their best. Some little mistakes and some awful ones, like the one that Supersonic got here. But well, I think that now Xeroxfiend is gonna keep on the winners bracket, while Supersonic is gonna be moved to the losers one. Supersonic got a 20-23. GG's for both of our runners on this night. Definitely, this was a very good match with both of the runners. A very good comeback for Sonic on the second round, but mistakes happened on the third one that make that Supersonic lose a little bit advantage that he got.
In 2023, absolutely respectable time from Supersonic. 2 great times. It came down to that last death from Supersonic that absolutely tanked him, but great performance by both runners. What a race.
Okay, now we're gonna see if the runners wanna have an interview here. I don't know if Darpy's wanna add a comment about what does he felt on this third and last round. That well, I feel that most of everybody here has some words to say. What can you resume about this last match. What do you think about this third round, Derpy?
I mean, being in tournaments, you find sometimes you'll knock out a 1930, and sometimes you'll get a 23-minute run. So it really, you're just trying to avoid dying, and SuperSonic there at the end, he just died when it was unfortunate, and that cost him the race.
And okay, now we have our winner of this night, our boy Xeroxfiend. I need to ask you, well, first of all, welcome to the call. So
Thank you.
now that you have win and you're gonna keep on the winners bracket, tell to us, what have you felt on these 3 rounds?
It was insane, honestly. Like SuperSonic is one of my basically mentors. Like I try to like match his like gameplay because he's like one of the best in the world, right? And so like this feels pretty crazy. That's the first race. I was so nervous, it was insane. Second race, I don't know what happened there. It was just choke on choke. And then third race, I was a little bit more calm. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it, but I guess it worked out. It's a crazy feeling, actually.
And well, if I remember correctly, Darpy was gonna ask something to Supersonic, so now make all the questions you want to do to him. The mic is yours.
Do we have SuperSonic in the channel?
Yes,
here.
he has joined.
Yeah. So SuperSonic, what do you think? What do you think about your performances?
Well, the first race I played like trash. 5-3 just basically took me off my game, and but twice actually in like 2 different races. So that kind of set the mindset throughout the rest of the set, and I had to take that intentional death to get the lives back in the first race, and then a lot of mistakes just happened. And second race, was fortunate about getting a sub 20 on that one and try to tie it up at that point. And then the third race had a slight hiccup in 8-2. Went a little overzealous trying to kill that Lucky 2, and then I dropped my A input and fell into the pit. And then after streaming back up in 8-2, I lose it in 8-3 and messed up the swim in 8-4. That pretty much cost the entire race. But I guess on top of that, I am pretty relieved that this race is done. It was really rough. But congrats to Xeroxfiend. You played a hell of a race, man.
Hey, thanks, dude. And GG to you as well. That was what an incredible race, seriously.
Yeah, it was pretty rough on all 3 races, but things happen, especially in a race setting.
Races bring out the worst, man. The worst.
It does. It really does. And like not only that, like having the urge to reset also after a big mistake like that. But just got to remember, you got to keep it going, and anything can always happen.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, good luck to you in moving forward in the next race.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah. I tried to go beast mode in one of the races, but just didn't happen. But I'm pretty relieved of this. Like, even though it's pretty disappointing how it turned out, but I'm happy that you're able to move on from this.
Well, thanks for the race, man.
Yeah.
And thanks for having us, GG Speedruns.
Thanks you guys for being here. And also, I'm gonna make an additional question for both of our runners. First, hearing the Xeroxfiend answer, and then hearing Supersonic, because I have noticed something interesting in this match. Is that something that I have to notice is that Xeroxfiend got a very bad luck on 7-2 on his 3 runs, and Supersonic got the same problems with 5-2. How have you felt with 7-2 Xeroxfiend, mostly with the bloopers that was trolling you?
Those bloopers, man. Like, sometimes there's just not a lot you can do. I almost never see a bad blooper pattern like that in like PB attempts, but that was like basically the worst you can get. And I could have dealt with it a lot better than I did, but at least I didn't lose power up. So could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, that's something also that I wanna comment about it, because that was something cool that even with that problem that you got on 7-2, you were able to manage how to beat that stage and at the same time doesn't lose your power-ups. And now, SuperSonic, how have you felt with that problems on 5-3?
I thought I read the bills correctly in every race, but I still got that really bad bullet bill, and I had to like kind of maneuver weirdly on one of the platforms, and then it disappeared on me too. So what happened was like I hit the Goomba, but then I got hit by the bullet bill, and the screen shifted when you get hit, so it caused the platform to disappear. But I still fell through the pit anyway, and I think in the second race, I just shorted the jump on the first platform, and I just ran into it and fell into the pit again. Luckily, that didn't happen in the third race, but yeah, just 5-3 has been the bane of my existence so far. Not just in races, but runs in general.
It's definitely one of the scariest levels for PB attempts or races.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
think that everybody was surprised about what happened to you in 5-3, even when you have defeated the Goomba and the second platform hasn't spawned there. I think that took for surprise to everybody here. And well, with everything said, we are gonna have Xeroxfiend on our fourth round, while SuperSonic is gonna be moved to the third round of the losers bracket, giving him another opportunity to keep in the tournament, because as we have said before, this is not the end for any of the runners. They are gonna have the opportunity to keep on this match, so whatever between GTA and Darby wins is gonna confront our friend Xeroxfiend, while SuperSonic is gonna wait to see who wins between the Tecate and Go Senpai match in order to see who is gonna face on a future match. So any last words that any of the runners want to add up to this point?
Just GG, Supersonic.
Yeah, GG2, man. Like I said before, you played a hell of a race. Congrats on the win, and good luck to you in the next round. You're definitely like one of the best runners up here in SMB1 Warpless, so tons
I
of
really
potential in you,
appreciate
bud.
I appreciate that, man. And
Yeah.
good luck on your next round as well.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Also, Darby, something that you want to add?
Phenomenal runners, and on top of just being phenomenal runners, two great guys. If you don't follow them already, just being in their chats, they both will answer any questions. Just really nice guys to hang out with. But on top of that, both of you had great races. Some mistakes, but two great races from two of the top players in the world.
Yeah, thanks for
Okay.
the commentary, guys.
Thanks, Darby. Yeah, thanks for doing that, guys.
Thank you also for both of you guys for being on this match. Thank you also for giving to us this amazing match. And well, I think that we need to say goodbye to everybody. Keep tuning, because on this week we're gonna have Tecate versus Go Senpai and also GTA C99 versus Darby matches on this SMB1 Warpless tournament. So see you, everybody. Hope that you have a good night.
See you later.
See ya.